Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we're live.
Yo.
What's up?
It's not Saturday night, it's Sunday night.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure. I just had to ask that question.
It's almost Monday, really, for all the East Coasters.
Yeah, it might be.
Yep, almost Monday.
Yeah, it's Monday.
Yeah, it is. It's 12:03.
You missed Sunday night by 3 minutes, buddy.
Hey, Deb. Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, being 100% bitch will make you tired, Deb. Hi, Mike. Hi, Stephanie.
Hello, Steph. Hello, Link.
Hi.
Yeah, 5 a.m. is like, when it hits 5 a.m., you're like, I got to go to sleep. Hi, Chrysalis. That's like an alarm clock 5 a.m. is. When it gets 5 a.m. here, I'm ready to go to bed.
5 o'clock somewhere, just not here.
We're good, Stephanie.
They just said 5 o'clock somewhere. They didn't say what kind of 5 o'clock it needed to be.
Exactly.
Well, 5
considering we're alcoholics and all.
Supper time. Deb wore her bitchiness here today.
Woo! Nice.
Bitchy all around.
Oh, that's how I sleep. I'll sleep 4, 5, 6 hours, and I think that's a ton. I take a lot of cat naps and stuff. I don't really sleep 8 hours. I can lay down and sleep 2 hours, 2.5 hours or something, and be up ready to go.
You're better off than me. I need a good amount of sleep in order to feel better.
Sleep is for the weak, Stephanie says.
Well, I am definitely weak then, because I need some sleep.
There you go, Deb. While he's in school, sleep. Of course, when he comes home, then you got to be awake.
I'm sure you do have a lot on your mind, Deb. I wanted to say I'm sorry about your puppy dog.
Yeah.
I saw that you said you lost your puppy.
It's like losing your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I would friggin' freak if I lost my kid. Hey, hi, Daisy.
Yeah.
She's spoiled rotten, and sometimes you want to cut her tail off because she walks past the desk and knocks everything off with it. She did that today. Maddie had a 32-ounce soda sitting on the edge of the desk. She took her tail, and all she did was walk by, and her tail went boop, soda all over the floor.
I'm sorry. The fact it is sad when it's sudden. I don't know how old she was, but even I have a 10-year-old dog, and I can't imagine she's in perfectly good health right now, but I know there are dogs that show some sort of a decline around 10 and everything like that, and even if she wasn't 100% healthy, I don't think you ever mentally prepare for something like that, like losing a dog or even losing a family member of any kind, whether they have 4 legs or 2.
Yeah. Hi, Emily. Hi, Shannon. Hello.
Hey, Shannon.
12's not really that old. I don't know. It depends on the breed sometimes. Some dogs, it's just 8 or 10 years, and then some live 14, 15.
Yeah, they can live longer. It's just, I know that it's around 8 or 9 years they start doing blood tests every year on dogs to make sure they're senior blood tests to make sure that they're not passing and stuff like that there's not any hidden illnesses and stuff like that internally, and because they wanted to start that with my dog.
Yeah.
I might have to join on my other phone because this isn't working.
Oh, we can hear you.
Yeah, I know. It won't let me go on speakerphone, though, so I'm not going to hold the fucking phone in my ear because that's just going to turn me insane.
Okay.
So, hold on. Let me see.
Yeah, Shannon, 18 years is a long time. Really, 12 is... I wish dogs could live longer, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cat both.
Yeah, dogs and cats have about the same lifespan, pretty much, don't they?
Cats usually
Deb,
live at least 15.
Yeah.
I had a dog. His name was Casey. This was when I was younger, and he was our family dog. I got him when I was 6 years old, and we actually had to put him down because of all the different ailments he had. Probably right when I hit about 21. So he was pretty old, but at that time we had, like, 2 months prior, gotten a puppy, and the puppy actually was Casey's CNI dog, like showing him where to go so he didn't walk into walls and stuff like that. And once we had to put down Casey, the puppy definitely went through withdrawal. Definitely missed having another dog in the house. So I can definitely imagine what your other dog is feeling. So.
Yeah, 15 years is a pretty good time for cats and dogs.
I had all of my cats lived. One of my cats lived to 19. One of them lived to 18, and one of them is still alive, and she is turning 18. Oh wait, no. So the other
wow.
18. So yeah, the other one was 17. One was 19, which was fucking old. And yeah, she's gonna turn 18. She was born in 99.
Oh, Deb.
I'm sure.
I bet that's hard on the other dogs. They're used to having their buddy there all the time, and then all of a sudden their buddy's just gone.
Mm-hmm.
I can imagine how they cope with that, to be honest. I mean, I get they have to have some understanding, but just, yeah, that's just...
I think you'll probably for you.
I know when my mom passed, her little dog would still run to the door every time somebody came in thinking she was coming home. I mean, she did that for months.
That is so sad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know that when I'm in the hospital for extended amounts of time and I don't come back home, Izzy goes nuts.
Yeah.
She just, I mean, she won't eat. She does. They literally, Mom has got, since I've been back here, what Mom will do is when I'm in the hospital and not home, she'll literally put the phone down and let Izzy hear me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, my last cat that's still alive is named Daisy as well.
Oh, Daisy, a cat named Daisy. You can chase it.
Now, Deb, is that because your son's so young? Or
he's autistic?
Like, how old is That's what I thought. I thought I had heard her say he was autistic before, but I wasn't certain.
Look.
Believe it or not, children with autism do understand it in their own way. And because he's nonverbal, the most you'll probably see it come out is in his behavior, like, because they're built on rituals. If there's a ritual that he had with the dog, the first few times he might seem fine, but after a while you might start to see him get agitated in those activities where the dog may have been a part of. Like, if every day he got up and brushed his teeth and the dog stood there watching, he'd be fine the first few times brushing his teeth, but after a while he might be agitated because he doesn't see the dog there. I had a 3-year-old that was autistic. Well, you can't really technically diagnose, I guess, until 5, but they knew he was autistic and he was nonverbal. And when they lost their pet, that's kind of what happened with him is he would get very agitated at the activities that the dog would have been there for. Whereas in the past, he was perfectly fine because the dog was there, everything was normal, there was the routine, but then once the routine was broken, that's how he kind of showed that he was upset was by his agitation. He was apprehensive to do the activity or would start to be more aggressive during that activity. So
I know.
He's been at Grandma and Grandpa's. He probably didn't even worry about all that. I'm sure he's getting spoiled.
It's probably not set in yet.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's probably not set in for him just yet, but once it does, you'll probably see it in wherever there was, like I said, rituals. Like when y'all sit down for dinner, if there was a certain spot that the dog sat and the dog's not there now, he might seem more agitated or look for him and stuff like that.
Have you guys ever watched a YouTube channel called Special Books by Special Kids?
No.
It's a really, really good channel. Check it out. I've been subscribed. Like they've had a big following. It's this guy who's a special education teacher, and he interviews people like all over the world with different diagnoses of all different kinds. And it's really, really good. He's just really good at interviewing, and even people who don't talk, like little kids, they can't talk at all, like, people with all sorts of different diagnoses is really cool too.
Yeah, that's the best. Lots of chocolate lollipops.
Yeah, that sounds like a really...
Love was better.
What's it called, Emily?
Special Books by Special Kids. If you search SBSK, it'll come up most likely.
Let me see if I can get the Addy so people can go check it out.
Yeah.
I was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Special Books?
Yeah.
By Special Kids.
Yeah, it comes right up.
Yeah, it started out as a project that he did in his classroom. And then he started interviewing more people because he got emails from people that were local. I've watched like the story behind, but I followed the YouTube channel since I think before 10,000 subscribers.
There's the Addy for that channel.
Yeah, I just
put it in the I put it in the description.
This is my friend. I enjoy chocolate. I bought. This is the last time I'm buying Reese cups. I swear to God.
I could tell you I'm gonna have so many tears watching these.
Oh yeah. You
probably.
Definitely will. Some of them are really intense, but they're really.
I've seen one of the little Bella girl. I've seen him do that one.
Yeah.
That guy's eyes are so blue.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, he's hot.
Oh
well,
yeah.
I say that, but he is handsome. Yes, I'll give him that.
He has lots of comments, so I'm sure that it's not a weird thing.
Oh goodness, I did see you say you lost a friend of years, Deb, and I thought like maybe like she had passed, so I wasn't going to mention it, but the fact that now you tell me that she stopped talking to you because she forgot to say happy birthday to her cat.
That's funny.
That's a bit much.
I don't even remember all my cousins' birthdays. Let's get real.
That's just crazy. Like honestly, I had read her tweet and it had said something about the pup passing away yesterday, and then she lost a friend of 20 years today, and I was like, oh goodness, she is having a hard time. So I thought it was easier to broach the subject with apologizing for the dog. I didn't know how to bring up the friend situation.
Oh my God.
Because I thought like her friend had passed, but now I'm reading it and it's like, she's just crazy. Your friend is just crazy. I'm sorry to say that, but she is.
She called my other half, telling him a load of lies to try to split us up. She even said I slept with his brother, and he laughed and said she likes to keep it in the family.
Oh, goodness.
God, that's fucking fuck.
Headache instead of a friend, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one big headache gone.
To tell you she doesn't want to be friends with you anymore because you forgot to say happy birthday to her cat is a bit much.
I would tell her thank you.
I'd be like, bye.
Funny. Yeah, also.
I'm lucky if I remember my own birthday sometimes.
You're right, Shannon. Sounds just like a drama queen. She said she told her get fucked. Yeah, drop her right in the river.
Yo, okay. Have you guys, for anybody that likes documentaries, I realize this is a Canadian show, but I know that there's a shit ton of Americans that watch it because, like, they do investigations on the craziest shit. Fifth Estate, man. Holy fuck.
What is it called?
The Fifth Estate.
The Fifth Estate. No.
Oh, the thing you sent me earlier.
Yeah, but they have like a shit ton. Like that is probably one of the most fucked up things that I've ever seen. Not only just because like what it is, but the fact that only 6 families out of all of those families over 20 years that lost their kids, only 6 were reunited.
Yeah.
That's fucked up because they used faulty drug testing to convict.
Did you switch phones?
Did I switch phones? Yeah, I did. Is this one shitty?
Yeah, kind of. You keep breaking up.
Fucking. Oh, you know what? The breaking up is probably because my shite internet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a new router, but my wallet is a little bit hurting right now because I didn't expect to spend that much.
On a microphone and all that other fun stuff.
Oh my god, dude. That was a lot of money. The dude that I was like dealing with, it was like so funny because I was just like, oh my god, and he was like, yeah, you, but you know, you gotta, if you're gonna do it, and I'm just like, yeah, I know, I fucking know, like, I got more. He was a cool dude. Yeah, I would go back there for sure. Which I'm gonna have to because I'm gonna have to get a mic stand.
You need to come in and talk with us one night, Deb. Of course, it'll be 5 o'clock in the morning for you, but
she already looks like
Night? What night you talking about?
any night, Deb has an open invitation.
Of course. I was talking about you said it was like 5 o'clock in the morning for her. I was like, that's what I was joking about.
Yeah, because she's like Viv. She lives over there, and they're
You ain't over
there 6 hours ahead of us.
Mm-hmm.
That's like little Mick came in that one night, and I mean, you could tell she was tired. She was ready to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you streamed super late.
Yeah.
Well, it's not late for her. It's late for us.
It's only 11 o'clock for me. I've always been a night owl, though.
Yeah, I'm a night owl too, but like I know that the rest of the world isn't, so like I try not to be. It's just like fun.
Well, there's also the fact that some of the topics we talk about, it's better that we wait this late.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right, so let's get on topic. CJ wants to talk about this fibromylupus shit. Next is selling shirts and shit and all that. So what do you got to say there, CJ? First, tell us about fiber.
Well, I personally suffer from fibromyalgia. I was diagnosed about a year ago. And the sad thing is like when it comes to fibromyalgia is because it's based around widespread pain and pain is relative to the person. It's very hard for a doctor to diagnose fibromyalgia. There's not any one test that they could do. But you do go to a rheumatologist, and they're ultimately the ones who diagnose you. And then they put you into cognitive behavioral therapy, which is a therapy that's normally used for most psychological disorders. So then you start to think that like this disease is only in your head, but it's been proven that it's not just in your head. But I digress. With fibromyalgia, it's just, as I was just saying to them, it's just like any other silent disorder like depression or anxiety, and lupus is the same way. I don't have a huge cut on my face that says, I have fibromyalgia, or I don't have like a limb falling off, thankfully, or anything like that. Or so you can't look at me and tell that I have widespread pain, that I'm always in pain, that at times I'm getting headaches, or I can get TMJ or lockjaw. Nobody's there when I have the mental breakdowns because I'm standing there staring at my husband and I can't remember how to spell his name. My brain goes blank and I forget how to spell his name or even my own name at times. Little things like that, you don't see that from the outside. So the people that want to make fun of these disorders and poke fun at them, they're just diminishing the fight and the hurt that everyone goes through. The one thing that anyone with depression and even fibromyalgia want to be recognized for is the fact that they are hurting. There's a pain there that while depression is an internal emotional pain and fibromyalgia is a physical pain, there is still something that you're suffering from, and you want to be recognized for it. So to make shirts like Fibromylupus and stuff, you're just diminishing every person that has lupus or fibromyalgia or any of those type of disorders that you can't look at and know that they're sick. There's over, I can't even remember what I told, 200,000 people right now that suffer from fibromyalgia. And you're making jokes about this.
I think he's being a dick because there are people who will use that as an excuse to get drugs, but that doesn't diminish the rest of the people that are suffering.
But that's the thing, like, if anybody has gone to a doctor for fibromyalgia, you don't go to your doctor and say, I have fibromyalgia. You can't do that.
No.
I had to, you know what I mean? Like, that's
just a mindset that a lot of people have.
Right, and I understand that. And going to a doctor, I've been suffering with the pain that I have had for over 7 years, I think, is what we can. Actually, no, it's probably up to 10 now when I finally went to the doctors. And, I finally got pushed to a rheumatologist, and he looked at me. He did all these different tests, moved my arms around, felt around. I had x-rays upon x-rays, MRIs, stuff like that. And I didn't want a diagnosis of fibromyalgia. I didn't want that diagnosis. I wanted to find out what I had because I didn't want to feel crazy any longer. Because that's what I kept saying to my husband, is I felt like I'd go to the doctor and complain, and he would just be like, well, I don't know what to tell you. And the other issue is I have other disorders that mimic the same symptoms of fibromyalgia. So my extreme tiredness that can come with my thyroid disorder, the different pains that I have could be from the degenerative disc disorder I have. So, and because fibromyalgia is not as researched as some of the other ones, yeah, it is harder. Lupus, there's actually blood tests to be tested for lupus. And even people with lupus have to go through that too, where they're looked at and they seem perfectly fine. Look at Selena Gomez. Everybody looks at her and thinks she's the happiest little girl
She
there
had a
could
fucking
be, but
kidney transplant. That shit's serious.
she had a kidney transplant. She has lupus. She's had to cancel tours because of the things she's gone through. And then he's out here making jokes and selling T-shirts, and he has crippling depression. It's just as if I was to make that type of joke about crippling depression, he would get just as upset.
Yeah.
If somebody was to make those jokes about, suffering from crippling depression, there's really no way of telling about that. No, that's not okay.
And there's also a stigma attached to depression too.
Yeah,
so
there
you
is.
think about that.
Yeah, I'm not
And
even
the sad thing is like even
that he's showing some borderline traits because he's so obsessed with Joy and hating her when before he was always defending her. But she did one thing that switched him, and now he's so obsessed with that, and that's like it's like I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's like when people with borderline, they tend to like put people up on a pedestal, and if they do something wrong, they want to destroy that person.
Though, it goes beyond just Joy at this point. That's what he needs to see is, okay, I can understand if he's got beef with her. Okay, that's fine. Do that. But when you go beyond that and you're hurting the general populace, which, I mean, this even goes beyond us.
He's blind because he doesn't care. In his pursuit of hate, he just doesn't give a shit.
Right, he's blind. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
I don't think his pursuit is so much hate as his pursuit is money.
Yeah.
That's what he cares about.
Either way, he's obsessed with something, and he's like a dog with a bone.
But
yeah, and that's what's driving me the most nuts.
People that don't even know this story or this grouping or where these shirts came from are seeing these shirts out in public.
Yeah, I don't understand how anybody could wear that out. It's like nobody's ever going to know what that means. They're just going to think you're a retard.
That's true.
Or if they do know what it means and they're on the opposite side, or if I saw somebody, I have fibromyalgia, and I saw somebody wearing that shirt, I would definitely feel some sort of way. I'm not the type of person that would go up and say something to someone because that's not my personality. But there are people out there that would go up and be like, hey, and it could, cause a fight right then and there. Or, it could be another person that sees it and just like, oh, high five, that's so funny. And they're all standing there around joking about it. And there's that one person that's like, well, I have lupus. What's so funny about it? Like, and it's just a very sad situation. And the fact that he's trying to make money off of this is just, and don't get me wrong, like, he can do whatever he wants. It's his channel. I would even give him, like, some props if he was selling this shirt and donating it to a cause. Like,
donate it to
Fibromylupus. Or lupus, exactly. Donate it to Fibro or lupus, but he's not doing that. He's donating it to his pocket because he's a single dad that spends 80% of his time online. While on the other hand, collecting food stamps. Isn't that what I heard? But he also gets food stamps.
Food stamps and YouTubes and
the Fibromylupus shirts.
Lovely.
It's one thing to hate someone.
Followers. He shouldn't be doing stuff like that. And you know what's
Exactly, Deb.
as soon as all them Joy haters that are right there on his ass all the time, as soon as they find somebody bigger or somebody they like more, they're all going to go over there and he's going to be fucked and he ain't going to have them t-shirts to sell and stuff anymore.
And the fact that that girl who is all up on him, whatever her name is, Spoon or whatever, condones this and like is part of the reason why he's able to make these shirts, I think. Isn't she sponsoring these shirts or something?
Yeah, she sponsors him.
Okay, well, or sponsors him. She has a business.
Back wondering why she's not selling more. You're not selling more because you're a bitch.
She has a business that has to do with CBD oil and stuff like that. And that's supposed to help with pain.
Yeah.
Like, people who have fibro are often looking for a more natural way of gaining some relief, whether it be for the type of headaches we get or the actual all over body aches that we get. But because we don't want to be on an opiate the rest of our life. We don't want to be on a painkiller the rest of our life. So if we can find some sort of natural way to get rid of this widespread pain, we're closer to jumping on it, whether it be, you know, CBD oil or, you know, laying down in a vat of, like, we'll try anything, a vat of mud. I know that there was somebody who had lupus that was going into those cryogenic freezing chambers because they heard that really frigid temperatures helped kind of jumpstart your immune system and would help keep the lupus at bay. So they're going into those chambers and damn near freezing themselves. That's because they just want some sort of relief. And there's so many people that suffer like this, and he's selling t-shirts all because he thinks it's funny. It's not funny, especially when it has something to do with a disorder. Think of it as like,
how would he feel if everybody was
funny cancer
putting out depression shirts making fun of him? You would be going after the whole community and a whole community that has depression.
Mm-hmm.
You don't go after somebody for stuff like that. If you're going to go after somebody, do it for an actual reason, not because they have fibro or because you don't think they have fibro. I mean, be adults.
I get he's built his career off of being a troll and that troll type person and always being negative and I get it. It's fine. Like, that's what his community likes, is his and pessimistic attitude. Now, without just being pessimistic, he's also being bottom feeder, a low life bottom feeder, and he wasn't that far from a bottom feeder before. So what he's eating and scrounging up now are the type of people that has trouble. He's not getting the right type of crowd. The crowd that's probably propping him up now, like, fibromylupus, and so excited about it and everything like that. They're probably the type of people that give zero for the person next to them. They could give a whole. I'm sorry, but they're not the type of people I would want in my community or on my side of the fence, because when shit goes down, they're going to throw you under the bus. They're not the real fans you want by your side. So why market yourself like that? Why put yourself out there and market yourself like that?
All for
as Deb was saying, you know, once you're a YouTuber, you've made yourself somewhat of a public figure. Whether, you know, you're not recognized in your hometown or even in any town. You might be able to go shopping and nobody recognize you. But there are people that watch you. He has how many subs that watch him and wait for his videos to come out. Those people are gaining something from his videos, and whether it's to be a pessimist and to be a bad person, he's just breeding more hate and more ignorance into the world for him to bitch and complain about the ignorance that's in the world. Like, if you want the ignorance and the hate to stop breeding it. Change starts with one person, and that's you. Be the type of person you want in the world, and hopefully that person around you will start to be that way as well. Like, just, it drives me bonkers. Sorry. It disgusts me.
Girl, I get you.
What did you say?
I said I get you. Sorry about my shitty ass fucking sound.
No, you're fine.
No, I know, bitch. I'm looking at all of my fucking shit here, and I just want it to fucking be set up already. Because I'm just like, I'm so sick of this shitty ass sound switching between phone and phone. It's just like, fuck. I've just spent like over $300 fucking. But yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm just,
There's so many people that are talking about how the YouTube community has changed, and that it's not just the ads and not making as much money, but they talk about how the YouTube community as a whole has changed, that it's not as fun to be around other YouTubers or fun to, because honestly, it's become a big cesspool of drama.
Other YouTubers will slit everybody's throat just to get more subs and to make it big.
Mm-hmm. It's like a dog-eat-dog out world out there, and that's fine. But there's a way to do it with class and dignity, and tearing people down isn't one of them. To me, the way
that's not the kind of that's not the kind of channel I would want.
Not at all.
that's fucked up. Not my shit. Not my type of thing.
Like, everybody makes fun of the different beauty bloggers out there and stuff like that are in the skeptic community or in this, or that are in the same community as as Negs or whatnot, and even some of the other YouTubers that aren't in the skeptic community that just do other things, gaming community, they all make fun of the different beauty bloggers. Well, guess what?
But
all
that's
of
what
the beauty bloggers are girls, and they're not catty. They're not sitting there talking about each other on each channel. Like, oh, well, I know how to do makeup, but Jeffree Star, yeah, no, he doesn't know what he's doing. You know, like, you don't see that. They're like, oh, this is Jeffree Star's makeup palette. I'm going to review it today. Yeah, another beauty blogger. You know what I mean? They're, as a community of beauty bloggers, they work together. It's a happy place to watch and be a part of. Not that I like watching pretty people put pretty makeup on. Like, there's really no reason for me to watch that, but there's some sort of camaraderie there. Whereas with the skeptic community and the community that likes to have their own creativity, I don't even know what you call them. I guess it's skeptics. You know, they're just rude to each other. They tear each other down. You know, and it's fine to have a difference of opinion from somebody else in the same community. And there's a way to express that opinion without being a complete douche. Because the moment you start to call names or start to tear down that other person, you've lost the argument.
Yep.
You've lost what you were fighting for. Or you don't know what you're fighting for because you don't have enough knowledge to support yourself to have an intelligent conversation on it.
Elaine, if you don't like somebody, just stay away from them. There's no reason to put your whole world into downing that person. If you don't like them, stay the fuck away from them.
Exactly. A lot of people don't understand that concept,
Hi,
unfortunately.
Stampy.
Hi, Stampy. Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like, if you don't like them, stay away from them. And like, honestly, like I said, I haven't watched a lot of Neg's videos. I couldn't tell you a lot of his content. I could tell you what his content was previously, but after a while, I started to see this change in him that I didn't like. The only time I did like him is when he was interviewing Tomato Biscuit, because I like Tomato Biscuit. He's
funny.
Yeah, he's one of the closest YouTubers I've gotten closest to. I'm on his Discord. I talk to him. I talk to his wife. I've talked to, his community, and his community is filled with great people, young and old, that just want to, support each other and support their creativity, and like that's the way a community should be. But and when he was interviewing Tomato, when Negs was interviewing Tomato, I actually saw a glimpse of Negs that was actually quite awesome. And I don't know if that's because of how completely optimistic Tomato is, but at the same time, like right after that, I noticed Negs started to change a little, and then most recently he's changed a hell of a lot more. I can't tell you what his content's like any longer because I stay away from him. But one thing I can't stay away from is his Twitter comments, because they're like inundating my feed, and I don't even follow him. Like everybody's commenting on his shit. So that's when I see it, and that's when I saw the Fibromylupus thing, and that's when I had went to Angel and was like, what in the hell is this about?
Well, have you noticed he got somebody stole his work and is trying to sell shirts that's got that logo on it?
The Fibromylupus?
Yes,
What?
somebody stole the design and is selling it in their shop now too.
And selling it for double the price.
Yeah, and raised the price on it.
Wow, what the fuck?
He doesn't have a copyright on that, so they can do what they want. If he had copyrighted it, yeah, but he didn't copyright it.
I wouldn't want to put my name.
That's the other thing, Deb.
I don't think you have
But I kind of
an official copyright, don't you? I think that's a trademark.
Shannon, I agree with you. He is a sexist pig as well, especially with the comment that he had made about Deb. We had talked about that last week sometime, I think. Deb wasn't in here, but the comment he made about, a man would handle Deb the way it should have been handled was absolutely disgusting. For that to come out of someone's mouth, seriously, was just...
I
lost all respect for him as a man.
I'm going to play that video for everybody.
The one I'm talking about?
Yep.
Yeah.
Of course, I have to go all the way down my feed and find it.
Well, you find it, and I'll finish. And what I was going to say is I actually showed that to my husband, and I showed him, I was like, yeah, he's talking about a woman in this situation. And as you all know, if you've been in here enough, you know how sarcastic my husband can be and everything like that. And even him, he sat there with his jaw open, like, that guy actually said that out loud online? Like, was he being serious? And I was like, yeah, he was being serious.
Yeah.
And he was like, wow, like that. it takes a special kind of person to find that funny. And if it wasn't, because it wasn't meant to be funny, it takes an even more special type of person to think it's okay.
Yeah. Okay, you guys ready?
For what?
Watch this video.
She's going to show the video of Negs and what he said about Deb.
Yeah.
What the hell? Where's the... Oh. Okay, here we go.
I don't acknowledge her anymore because, well, with the exception of right now, just because why? Why? She's defending somebody who made their platform off of exploiting the children. So I don't think no kind of explanation for anything, honestly.
Excuse me, sorry.
Wait, you might have to start it over. And Christy, you might have to mute yourself because it keeps going in and out. Because it can hear you. It's picking up your oxygen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I gotta breathe.
It's okay.
Okay, I'll play it again.
Here,
Okay. Okay. There we go.
That dead woman's touched.
Now it'll be
I
louder
don't
too.
acknowledge her anymore because, well, with the exception of right now, just because why? Why? She's defending somebody who made their platform off of exploiting the abuse of children. So I don't think we owe this individual any kind of explanation for anything, honestly. Deb is the type of woman that needs to get into a real fist fight with a man because of the things they've done. I'm all about equality. I just think a man would rectify that situation quicker than anybody. There's a lot of these people that need.
So what he's saying is a man could beat Deb's ass because he's not a real man. He can't.
Because it's all about equality.
Mm-hmm.
So and if you notice, he won't mess with Takedown Man, will he? Because Takedown Man would take.
Well, that's exactly what Shannon just said. Shannon just said exactly what I was thinking. He only women. Trisha Paytas, Joy, and now Deb.
That just shows what kind of man he is. Yeah, see, and Deb, all she asked him was what he thinks of men that don't pay child support. And that was his response, pretty much.
Well, I mean, all I asked was for the person he was talking about in the first place, because I had quoted his own tweet back to him when he said he was calling a truce, what I thought was on Joy. And he went right back into talking about Joy, and he said, oh no, that was meant for someone else. And I said, well, who was it meant for? And he's like, I can't say their name. Yeah, you can't say their name out loud, but you can surely DM me. And he never DM'd me and told me who he was talking about. And then Spoon got on there and was like, she who shall not be named. Well, your left ball just popped out there and told me who you were talking about, and I'm pretty sure it was Joy.
He deleted that video so that it wouldn't be all over the place, but somebody got it.
Mm-hmm.
And they got just the good part.
Mm-hmm. There's a reason why he's a single father, if that's how he thinks and talks about women.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Does he work or anything, or is he just? Although if he gets food stamps, I'm sure he don't work. Like, I don't see
Like I
that
said, I'm
all
not certain if he
stamps.
does.
They might need to go out and get a job if they're sitting at home on the internet all the time instead of trying to make a living.
Like I said, I'm not certain if he gets food stamps for sure. That's what I had heard, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure.
Which some people
Did you
get.
fall asleep on
My
us, Em?
sister gets them, and she gets the Obamacare for the girls, and she works.
Well, if your job doesn't offer health care or health care that is affordable, that's what Obamacare is there for.
Yeah.
And if they're under the age of 18, they may qualify for something like CHIP, whereas it's not Obamacare, it's free health care for kids, but they have to be under the age of 18.
Yeah.
And
Well, Maddie gets it till
I
she's
believe
26 because she's going to college.
right, but that's the Obamacare. But the CHIP program is more of like a subsidized healthcare. I think that might be free, but even as a single,
he was offered a job, and he refused to take it. It was beneath him.
oh,
Okay. So he's one of those would rather make money from selling shirts that make fun of people with diseases than.
right.
Hi, Emily. You're here twice now.
Something wrong with my fucking other phone. It says Google Play services are updating, so it fucking kicked me out. So I'm on my third phone.
Good thing you have 3 of them.
Jesus fucking hell, man. And my cocksucking computer is fucking with me again too, and it's just like, what the fuck? I'm just trying to get my stacks done here. Fucking.
Well, whatever phone this is, you can hear better. We can hear you better.
This is my old,
Stephanie.
My old iPhone 5. I don't know why the fuck it works so good, but it does.
I think, Boo, I can't give the video to play. The video for the chat? If it's for the chat, normally they say you have to go back out and come back in, and it comes back up. If you're talking about the video that Angel played, that was on her page. So
hang on, let me see if I can just.
Jesus. Shit.
Give her a link.
Get this good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know which video she's talking about. But the fact that she's not responding, it might be chat.
There you go.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
That's a link to that. That'll take you right to that video.
That's pretty sick. Oh my god. Is it gonna work?
How come my phone's being stupid? I definitely wrote Steph first.
There. Better.
Oh, you can't go back? I bet you I unchecked that thing. There's some kind of, when you make the things, some kind of DVR button or something. I bet I unclicked that. Where you can't go back during the live stream. I do that all the time, and then I think, what the hell did I do that for? You wouldn't be able to go back till the stream's over.
Oh, fuck.
Why are you blocked?
Chris Lisk is blocked from seeing the tweet, so they might be blocked from your Twitter. But Stephanie's saying she can't see.
Wait a minute. I'll send you. He's on my Twitter, I believe.
Yo,
So-
look at this stack of fucking stereos.
There, try that one.
But
Woo,
If
it's
not, send me a
sparkly.
friend request. You might not be on this new Twitter of mine.
Yeah, Stampy was having trouble hearing, but I think Stephanie is having trouble seeing the actual live feed, which means she might not even be able to hear us as well. That's why I'm typing in the room.
welcome back, or welcome, Stampy. It's been a while since we've seen you.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, Stephanie.
Oh my god.
Oh, maybe Stay Positive has them blocked. I need to pull that off of mine and just make it a little video or what. And
Yeah.
I can put it on my I'll make that announcement now. I have a web page and I'm going to release it tomorrow. You guys will like it.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
My gosh, girl.
That's a hiccup, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking.
Oh my god. I can't believe this amount of shit that's in my fucking house. I can't believe my bullshit.
The other you finally left.
Come on, work, you piece of shit. Oh fuck. Oops. Fuck off.
The other you finally left the room. You good, bro?
What?
I said you good, bro. That noise that came out of you.
I know. I'm trying to get my fucking computer to work so I can test out my new microphone. Oh my god, the amount of wires is just unreal right now. Fucking hell.
Good one, Shannon.
Well, Stampy, what you missed about Negs is we were talking about the fact that he is now making money off of shirts that kind of degrade two different disorders, which is fibromyalgia and lupus, and how we feel that it's disgusting. You also missed us playing the video where he says that Deb should get her ass beat by a man because a man would rectify that situation.
Dick.
Quicker.
He's such a cocksucker.
Yeah. He is. He really is. Because he's about equality, excuse me. Now, I will tell you, I grew up in a high school where a lot of the guys had no qualms about hitting a girl. Now, I was raised by a father who said, if a guy ever hit you, make sure that you come home and tell me because he's not going to live much past.
Exactly, that's what my dad said.
You know.
But he also said you're not allowed to date until you're 50, so.
Yeah. But he also said to my husband, and this was, he can vouch for me, as he said to him, if she ever gets out of line, don't put a hand on her. I brought her into this world. I am allowed to hit her, not you. I am her parent. You are her significant other. Now, as I was saying, I went to a high school where the guys had no problem getting in fights with women and putting their hands on them. And I've had this discussion numerous times with different people I went to high school with. And if a girl is going to mouth off and punch and kick and hit guys in the groin and or anywhere else and fight like a man, like straight balled up fist, hitting the guy, and the guy has said stop several times, and the woman has not stopped, she is inviting herself to be fought with like a man. Any self-respecting man would just restrain that woman. He wouldn't hit that woman.
I don't agree with that. If there's a woman smacking you in your face and all up in your face and smacking the shit out of you, punch that bitch in the fucking eye and tell her to fuck off.
I personally feel like you can restrain them. If you're a male and you're bigger than the person, it's restrain the person.
Fucking never stop bitches, you can't.
Never
But the
stop,
thing is,
bitches.
the thing is if you're going to get in a fight like that, and you're going to be that girl that's always up in the face, you do have to be prepared to get hit. I'm not saying, like, if it was me in that situation and I was up in someone's face and putting myself out there like a man, if I got hit like a man, I'm not then going to cry and be like, oh my God, he's a guy and he hit me. No. I was clearly egging on the fight. However,
for it.
Shut up, Michael.
That's right, Stephanie.
But at the same time, I feel like if you want to stop a situation,
Hey, gender equality, right?
you need to restrain that person, call the authorities, and then show your wounds. Show your work.
Gender equality.
This is what I have. This is what she has. You know what I mean? Like,
Gender equality.
I do have to disagree a little bit, CJ. If a woman is going to lower herself down enough to kick a man in the nuts,
she deserves to get hit. Yeah. I'm not saying she doesn't deserve to get hit. I'm saying that if the man wants to ultimately win in that situation,
yeah,
he should restrain her. Like, restrain her, call the cops, and then show.
No, he should punch her in her eye. And just go fucking.
Yes, but then when the cops show up and she has a black eye and he just has a couple of red marks, guess who's going to jail? Arrested. Unfortunately,
they both get arrested.
It doesn't work like that.
That's the law now.
Do you want me to drop my pants and show you my nuts right now? That's exactly what I need. Like, I'll show you the damn.
Right.
I'm sorry. I have two nephews. If their girlfriend's all up in their face and smacking them and hitting them and all that kind of shit, they need to fucking hit them back.
Oh, I don't disagree. Like I said, I don't disagree that if a woman's going to put herself in the situation of getting fought with like a man, then she deserves to get hit like a man, and she's not allowed to cry about it otherwise. However, if I was the man in that situation, how I think and how I would handle it would be I would restrain the person and then call the cops. Because I know in my area, it might, in your state and stuff like that, it might be they both go to jail. But I know for a fact that in my area,
the
man would go to jail more times than
whoever threw the first punch most of the time.
But then they can't get to that who threw the first punch. It's he said, she said. So then they're like, oh, well, who has the bigger marks?
Jail here. Night, Deb.
Doesn't always work that way here, so.
Night, girl.
Night.
Stephanie, and that's very true. Unfortunately, some women take advantage of that and hit a man expecting that they won't get hit them back. Yes, that is very, very true, and I agree.
Most boys are brought up that you don't hit girls.
Right.
And violence is never the answer. I completely agree with that as well, Stephanie.
But if they're hitting you and you can't get away, or
overwhelming violence,
punch that bitch in the eye. I bet you she won't be hitting you no more.
Angel's got a thing for punching the bitch in the eye. Have you noticed this?
Apparently.
All right, man. Go for the eye.
Oh, that's good shit. Oh my God, this fucking computer.
And after you punch her in the eye, if she's still coming at you, well, run like a motherfucker.
I want to test
Because you didn't hit her hard enough and you don't want to hit her more than once.
Yeah.
That's right, Stephanie. Eye punch always works. Because if you kick them in the nuts, if you kick a woman there, they're going to cry, oh, it's sexual abuse.
I think it's pretty damn low of a woman to kick a man. The only time a woman should ever even consider doing that is if the man's trying to assault her. And that's her only choice. But at that point in time, don't you never, ever go to that level just because you're mad at him. Oh, no.
Nope. I agree with that. It's fucked up. Because you can do real damage with that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Testicular torsion is a real thing.
It's a real medical condition.
What do you say?
It's a real medical condition.
It's a real medical condition.
It's
his biggest phobia.
And you're dumb enough to stay and take it, well, that's your own stupidity. But what you should do is nut shot and get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Don't go back. Too many women stay for the kids, or they believe that they're going to change that man. You'll never change them.
If you stay for the kids, you're doing the wrong thing. And you're making your kid's life a living hell.
I have never hit him in the balls, Viv. I've never.
Don't get scared, though.
Like I've never even you've heard me say I will hit you in the balls only because I know it's his biggest fear. However, I have never hit him there. And I will never hit him there. And he knows I would never hit him there.
Michael, if you need it, just take him to desk.
I never hit him, period. Let's be honest.
Morse code.
The few times that he has gotten smacked, it's because I've said several times while he's got me pinned down, stop tickling me. I hate being tickled. And I get a hand free and I end up smacking him by accident. By getting a hand free.
Accident.
It is by accident. I'm trying to get my hand free, and it flails up and hits you in the face. It hits you in the face. It's not my fault that you were pinning my arm down.
Call 911 if she's holding you by the balls now.
SOS!
Yeah. But his brother, however, used to nut shot him all the time. So I think that's where the phobia comes from.
Yeah, that's a brother thing. Brothers think that that's just fun to do. Punching you up in the nuts.
Right.
I really did feel bad the very first time that I accidentally hit him in the face, like when I got my hand free, because he was pinning me down, because he likes to do that. He'll pin me down and he'll be like, and I'll try to pull my hands out. And the one time I pulled my hand out, it was right after we had just gotten married. So I had my engagement ring and my new ring, and whoop, out comes my hand, and it hits him so hard in the face.
Ow.
And it scratched him across the forehead. He had like this huge bruise on his forehead and everything like that from my ring, because I didn't realize it.
That's
like I was flailing. I hate being tickled, and he knows it. So he knows before when he does that. To the point where anybody and everybody
my husband in the balls every time he gets out of line. He acts pretty well now.
Save Michael.
Yeah, right. But so from that whole week, because his bruises don't stay long, that whole week, he would, every time something would happen, or he'd be like, "Can you get me something to drink?" And I'm like, "You're closer. Just go get yourself something to drink." He'd point to his forehead. He's like, "I can't. I was domestically violenced." I'm like, "Michael." I'm like, for all the people that are domestically violenced, you're totally being a jerk right now. He's like, "I can't hear you. My bruise is throbbing." I'm like, "Oh my God."
Oh my God, that's fucking so funny.
He does it all the time. "My bruise is throbbing. I can't hear you." Like, things like that.
Does he still say that?
Hear you. Oh, he'll say it if, like, I've bumped into him by
Oh,
accident.
okay. I thought you were talking
Stuff
about
like that.
he was still doing it for the same injury, and I would have
Oh no, he'll still do it
died.
for the same injury
Oh my
sometimes.
god,
Like
that's so funny.
if I make a comment about like his face, like if he because he likes to pick at his pimples, and I'm like, leave your pimples alone. If he's picking at his pimples, he's like, well, I could pick at this bruise I had up here one time. I'm like, oh my god, shut up. It's been
So
healed
funny.
for 3 years now. Get over it. He's like, it really hurt. It left a stain on my soul. Like, these are the things that comes out of his mouth.
Oh my god, that's so fucking funny.
You
God,
better
that's just a
that
riot, dude. I would love that. Fucking, I would crack up all
really
the
need
time.
to
That's what I live with.
Okay, the keeper.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Funny people are the best, man.
Yes.
Yes, he will never let me forget anything.
Not when you leave marks.
Skull stain, yes.
That's funny as fuck.
What was that, Michael?
Especially when you strike me and leave marks
Oh, God.
with domestic violence.
I don't domestic violence.
Women can domestically violence men. It happens all the time. I'm living proof.
Oh, God. Michael.
Hashtag me too.
Michael, really? Did you just hear him?
No.
He said hashtag me too and turned over.
Oh my god. I laugh at the most fucked up things. My face hurts because I'm laughing.
We have to make Michael one of the honorary members of the panel.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
That's funny.
He's normally asleep right now because he's got to get up for work at 3, but tomorrow he has off, so I'm lucky to
I
have
don't
him.
have tomorrow off. Fuck me.
I have
Yeah,
work
he had to work
that I gotta do tomorrow.
Saturday.
Where's my fucking piece of paper?
Yes. Yes, we do love each other. He keeps my day interesting, let's put it that way,
Oh,
with the
this is it.
comebacks and the things he does. Just hit him
No,
and
this
he'll pass
fucking
out.
isn't it.
I was
God
told to
damn
hit
it.
you until you passed out, Michael.
There wouldn't be any change.
Wouldn't be any
We'll need you to turn the camera on and show us.
So you're trying to strike me down.
We want to watch.
I should have, you know what? I should have waited until we were live to show them all his fidget spinner dance.
Oh my god, that's funny.
I had said I had wanted a fidget spinner, and because of everything I was going through with my mom and everything like that, Angel and Christy were sweet enough to send me little gifts, and one of them was fidget spinners, and it was like a pack of 12. Which is really awesome because I couldn't decide which ones I wanted or whatever. But Michael was so excited to play with these things. So once he got them opened, he started spinning them, and he was dancing around in a circle while spinning them. So I showed Christy and Angel his fidget spinner dance. Not everybody got to see the fidget spinner dance.
Yes, bitch. I'm fucking
So
ridiculous.
you're feeling better, CJ?
Yes, I'm feeling a lot better. Yes.
Good.
Yes. I'm feeling better.
Those things are pain in the ass.
They are. That they are. And the stress level's coming down a little bit because we do have a contract on a house, so that's a plus.
Yay.
Woo!
Yeah.
How long
One
can
step
you
closer to
actually
owning
do
another
that?
home.
And I'm less stressed because I have a cosmic brownie. I feel like I'm eating something in space.
We sign, if everything goes as planned, we would be signing the papers December 4th. And we would be moving. Our stuff should get dropped off December 5th.
Woo!
But
Oh, cool. Day after my
Yeah.
birthday.
your birthday's December 4th?
3rd.
Oh.
Yo, I have a cousin with that birthday. I just don't remember which one it is.
December 4th is my parents' anniversary, so.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember which one it is. It's either the one that I hate or the one that I like. So, I don't remember.
Thank you, Viv.
CJ, did I tell you that my
Thank you,
sister
Shannon.
literally thinks that one of my cousins is like an alien?
No.
Yeah. She totally like I don't know if she's like being hyperbolic, but she like puts on a full like that she completely 100% believes that he's a fucking alien.
Thanks to
And
Stephanie.
and I just like I kind of get it because like he's like the weirdest person that I've ever met. And I'm related to him.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like fuck, like the cousin that I like is fucking adopted, so he's not related to me. And his brother is also like I haven't seen him in almost 10 years. Like I don't know where the fuck he is. So
Stephanie wants to see the fidget spinner dance.
yes, queen. Queen. Dude,
Sorry.
He needs to do a video of the fidget spinner dance and then send it to me and we'll upload it onto the channel.
hell yeah.
Okay, I'll have to get it when he's not paying attention. I'll have to record him. Not that he has any couth. Like he would gladly do it for me if I said.
Are you recording me? Hold on, let me pause.
Yeah, if I tell him I'm recording you, he'll be like, "Oh, look, wait, let me get my outfit on," and guaranteed he'd come back, put his little diver shorts on with his black boots and
That's funny.
Suns Out, Guns Out tank top. Yeah, he's all sorts of special.
Oh,
Tonight we went through our dream.
better. We do game night Wednesday night.
Dude, I wish
There you
there
go.
was like a night where I knew that like everybody. Is that a bug? Hold on.
I don't know.
It's a bug.
Oh my god! What the fuck?
Kill it.
I can't.
Why do you have the wilderness in your apartment all
my
the time?
god, dude! I just got really dizzy as fuck when I stood up. Okay, now the good part of the dizziness. Oh, that feels good. You know when you get dizzy and like the first minute of it, you're kind of freaked that you're gonna fall, and then it kind of subsides and your body starts to tingle and it feels really nice. I don't know. That happens to me a lot.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
That doesn't sound healthy.
A middle ear.
No, it's because I got up
one
really
time.
fast. It's because I have a blood thing that I was born with.
I had
Yeah,
a middle
I know.
ear infection one time, and I'm gonna tell you what, I had dizzy spell so bad when I got done being dizzy, I puked.
Oh my
And
god!
it was
Yeah,
it was a middle ear infection.
No.
I have been told. Have you? What is that thing? Crystals in your ear? What is that thing that I get? Are they crystals?
What the fuck?
I forget.
Oh, in your ear canal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get like crystals in your ear canal or something like that. They're called. I forget what the actual technical term, but they're that's how the doctor explained it to me. They're like little crystals in your ear canal, and like if I turn my head.
Otoconia.
What is it?
Otoconia.
Otoconia is what I have, and like there's times where like if I turn my head too quickly, it like sets them off, and then it takes a while for them to get put back, like kind of settle back in place. But once that happens, it's like everywhere I turn, like if I turn my head, if I look up and down, like I'm dizzy all the time.
Oh my god, that's fucked.
Yeah, it's the worst feeling in the world. And like I had no clue where it came from or why I got it or whatever, but the one time I just like turned my head real quick and like all of a sudden the room started spinning and I was like, what's that about? So then I turned my head back to be comfortable and I was like, it's spinning again. So like everything I do with my head, I have to do super slow motion when
trips me
when
out,
the
man.
crystals are like not aligned.
Ooh, that's crazy. Because that actually does like happen. That's a real thing. You know, like when your ear fluid, even if that's slightly off, you will get like dizzy or lose your balance. So I can only imagine. Like that's pretty freaky. Yo, dude, I have to
Stephanie,
get this.
I don't know. Stephanie asked a
freaking-
question. She said, is there anything you can take to help it? According to the doctor, no. They kind of just will subside on their own. It normally takes about a week, and you have to move your head real slow and stuff like that. Um, I did notice though when I had my ear piercings that I got for migraines that it didn't happen. So I don't know if there's any correlation between that and my migraines, but
Wait, did
as
that
soon as,
piercing work? Because apparently there's actually no
yeah,
studies on that.
yeah, it actually worked for me because
Huh.
like now I don't have it because I had to take it out for my surgery and my migraines are back in full effect.
I've
Oh,
taken
what the
the
fuck?
I took the Dramamine when I ran out of the pill that the doctor gave me, but the meclizine that the doctor gives you is 10 times better than the Dramamine.
I have this stuff that melts on your
Helps.
tongue. What was that called? For nausea. What is it that I got for nausea, Michael? What was that called?
Oh, Zofran.
Yes, Zofran.
There you go.
Yeah, I have that.
Yeah.
A little tip of my
Actually,
tongue.
no, I don't have that anymore. It's a different one. What do they call it? I don't remember what they call it, but it's like a play on the actual name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, vertigo is a pain in the ass. I have an aunt that has vertigo, and just even laying down, it doesn't get rid of the dizziness and stuff. I mean, it stays.
Ooh, that's fucked. Holy shit, this computer's been booting for like 10 fucking minutes. Stupid bullshit ass piece of crap.
Yeah, the Zofran would help like if I got like super dizzy to the point where like cold sweats started and I knew I was gonna have to vomit and I didn't want to have to vomit because that would just make it worse because then I have to hang my head over and be more dizzy. So
Yep.
the Zofran would help with that, like would calm me down and calm everything down. The only problem I have with Zofran was the fact that like you got to choose between the flavor mint or bubblegum, and I would always say mint, and for some reason, the one pharmacist, whenever I would say mint, would always give me freaking bubblegum.
Blech.
And it tasted gross.
I always got like a fruity one, but the new one that I have is called On Dissolve. I remember it now because the medication is on Dancitron, which is hilarious. It sounds like a dancing robot. Such a weird drug name.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, my fucking eyeballs. I really hope they get my fucking samples in tomorrow. Yo, did I tell you about the scary heart test that I have to get?
No, which one is it?
No.
Well, I mean, the test itself is not scary, but I looked into the contrast that they use for that, and the contrast itself really freaks the shit out of me because as far as I know, what they use is called agitated saline, which is just a saline solution, but they purposely put air bubbles into it.
Oh,
That's scary as fuck.
yeah.
That's gonna show up on the camera.
Well,
Wow.
yeah, but like that's really fucked up. I don't really like the idea of that. Like,
Well, see, I had an EKG and they put a gas of some sort. I forget what it was, but they had to give me an IV and they put a gas in, and it was so that it would show up on the EKG better, or the
or was it
ultrasound.
an ultrasound?
It was an ultrasound. Now
Yeah,
that I
that's
think
an
about it.
echo. That's the same thing, probably.
Yeah, the
That's what
echo
you
card.
get.
Yeah. And it was just, there was no saline, I don't think. Maybe there was saline, but it was a gas, and it dissolved. Yeah, I guess it would have been saline because there was a fluid that was going in, but they
Okay.
explained it as a gas that basically just dissolves once it's in your system, and it doesn't do anything to you or anything like that.
Yeah, because I mean, as long as it, like, obviously it must be safe if it's approved, but I just want to know, I don't know, it makes, for a lot of people, it freaks them out to be like Dr. Google and look into every last aspect of every test that they do, but that gives me a lot of comfort. I don't know why.
Well, yeah, no, then I think that is what I had done. They had to put an IV in, and she explained it as a gas that was going in, but I did feel liquid, so it's probably saline. They put an IV in, and then they were doing an ultrasound. So it was an echocardiogram that they did, I guess, is what you were
Yeah.
saying. But like honestly, you don't even feel anything. Like
Yeah,
when
well,
she
I mean,
puts the needle in and stuff.
they gave me, I think he gave me, he was pretty nice. That's why I hate my fucking nurse practitioner even more, because I didn't even get to talk to her. I called her and she,
Where's
what?
J-Love? Where's J-Love been?
Oh, she said that she was, I think she said she was watching a movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
So if she doesn't come in tonight,
well,
she'll
she
come in
did
on the
just
next
post
one.
something about everybody should see Human Centipede.
Oh no.
Yo, the third one is actually fucking hilarious. Like, it's really fucked up, but it's really funny because they use the German guy from the first one, and he's actually German. So they pretend that he's a Texan, like a German
Yeah, I've seen that
Texan.
one too.
It's so funny. Oh
That
my
one, that
god.
one is funny.
It is so fucking funny. Like, it's like dark humor, and there's a lot of like really inappropriate stuff, and like he's really disgusting to his secretary, but like you have to kind of swallow that as a woman. You're just being like, this movie is funny though.
Hey guys, everybody needs to go sub to Viv. Her grandkids make YouTube videos, and they're so cute.
Oh, my eyes. Okay, I should take my meds.
The accent is, I love their accents.
That's funny.
And like that, the one
Stephanie said,
commentary while they're playing the wrestling game.
I don't know if you can see the chat, Emily, but Stephanie said that the contrast makes you feel like you're peeing yourself.
That's
It's
what I've
weird.
heard, but I the cardiologist told me that it's not the same kind of contrast that they use for like MRIs and stuff like that. So that's why I was pretty sure it was probably
Have a good day, Viv.
agitated saline.
Then it might be it might be the same thing that I had gotten, which is
Yeah.
like they put it in and it's like a gas and it shows up on so it shows up on your
Yeah. Well,
echocardiogram better because
I don't even
Those
really
videos are
need
so
it.
cute.
Like, I'm fine with knowing that I have a heart defect. If I don't have it, then who gives a shit? Like, I don't understand the problem, you know?
I have to go to the cardiologist tomorrow, so
I just hope that cocksucking nurse. It's kind of funny I call her a cocksucking nurse because she's actually a lesbian. But, yeah, the cocksucking bitch. Fuck her. She's dicking me around, dude.
still.
Yeah, she left me a message and she's just like, I need to talk to you about something because I left her a message. I was like, yo, so do I need to actually come in or can you just write me this fucking prescription, ho? But I was like really nice about it. And
I'm hoping you didn't put it like that. But
no.
okay.
It's the same thing when I talked to my dad today on the phone. He was like, you talk to her like that? And I'm like, no, like this is just my reaction to her because she's so stupid. She pulled the exact same bullshit months ago when I was filling out the disability forms. She just didn't want to fill them out. And I was like, bitch, you have to, ho? Like, fucking bitch. So that was a pain in the ass. Like, it took her like 8 months to fucking fill that shit out, and it took me 3 weeks to get fucking approved. So fuck you, whore. So anyway, I left her a message and I was like, can you just like prescribe me this shit, even though I still have like 2 months left, but I still want to be on the ball with this shit, right? And so
It'll probably take her 2 months to write the script.
yeah, because she's a fucking idiot.
Without.
So
Yeah.
she calls me back and she's just like, there's something I need to talk to you about what the cardiologist said in his notes. And it's just like, bitch, if you're gonna try and pull the wool over my eyes and pretend that this contrast echo has anything to do with the meds, you're fucking on crack, and I'm not gonna play with that because I know it has nothing to do with it. First of all, how the ooh, is it finally loading my computer? How are contrast echo is to see the structure of the heart and how the blood flows through it. That has nothing to do with the fucking heart rhythm, which is, I got an ECG for that shit, you dumb bitch. Stupid. Oh my god. I hate when they try to play stupid with me. I'm not a retard, man.
I think with her, it's just she's so afraid to write a prescription. I think that's
I know.
honestly what it is.
She wanted me to get a blood test and an ECG before I started a medication that I had already taken, and I started it before I finagled out of getting a blood test because I was like, "Fuck no, am I getting a blood test? You stupid bitch!"
Oh,
I'm
Stephanie,
trying to
this is
get.
her nurse practitioner. This is like her doctor, and
Oh
she's
yeah.
afraid
Sorry.
to. Yeah, she's like,
I'm
nurses can be lazy sometimes. Yeah,
yeah,
no, this is her nurse practitioner, so it's
yeah.
like her
This bitch
doctor, and
is
she
my
basically,
primary care person, and she's being stupid
yeah.
as fuck, and I can't stand her, and she's so annoying. Like, it's just like, bitch, can you fix your problem? Because I'm not getting a blood test. She wanted to take like 8 vials
She said
from
even
me.
worse.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She wanted to take like 8 vials, and I was just like, shit, no. Am I getting 8 vials? I'm gonna pass the fuck out, you dumb whore. Like.
Why don't you just go to a doctor instead of going to a nurse practitioner?
Because
Welcome
Canada.
to
Socialized medicine.
Everybody wants to go to Canada.
Yeah, I was gonna say, welcome to socialized medicine.
Yeah, no. There aren't enough.
Hooray, socialism!
Yeah. Yeah, me. There aren't enough doctors, so we're relegated to nurse practitioners, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Or I could go to the stupid fucking
Maybe I'll just
dumbass
have them
doctor
with
that
Viking.
completely missed.
I know I go through the same thing with TRICARE.
Dude, it's fucked. Like, my family doctor that I grew up with, she's so stupid that she missed pancreatic cancer in my mom. Like, so stupid. Like, her dad died from that. How is that not the first thing that you check for when somebody's bitching about abdominal pain for like 6 months? Like, what the fuck? So she's just so stupid. Like, she's really, really dumb. And she also didn't failed to tell my dad that he could not eat like candies or gum before he had a fasting blood test. He didn't know that. So she failed. Yeah, so now he's got diabetes, and we really don't know if he really has diabetes. You know what I mean? So,
My dad does that, and he knows he's supposed to be fasting before he has tests.
But did he
well, my
tell
dad
her?
knows now, so we're pretty sure he still does have diabetes, but like still, that was pretty stupid for her not to even mention that. Like, and when my sister's got a heart problem because they don't know really what caused it, but it was
Hi, little Mick.
ooh, who's new? Oh, hello. And she just fucking ignored her pretty much. So, and that bitch
Hey,
was
little Mick.
somebody who was around when we were born, so she's a fucking whore too. And she doesn't wear lab coats. I find that that's like really weird. She wears mini skirts and stuff.
Stephanie said to you, 8, what the fuck? She was making another human from your blood.
Yeah, no shit. Like, bitch, come on. Like, you're fucking around with me.
And yes, Stephanie, TRICARE does dick people around so bad.
Honestly, like,
That's what
it's
I have.
really when it comes to socialized medicine, people think that it's gonna work a lot better than it does, and it works really great when you have a country with a really small population. But when the population grows, people just get left behind, and
Mm-hmm.
it's the same
The
thing as
doctor-patient
if
ratio is too far
yeah,
off.
it's just out of this world, and like we have like a really bad nursing crisis too. Like there's not enough nurses. Like people are literally in gurneys in the hallways in hospitals instead of being in rooms because they just can't. There's not enough nurses. There's not enough rooms. Like there's not enough people to do anything, and it's just
It's the same here.
yeah,
Once
it's fucked up.
Obamacare
Like
hit,
they think that that would solve the problem, but it doesn't. It doesn't have as much to do with that stuff as people think it does. But I mean,
Yeah,
the
once
fact that
Obamacare became
yeah,
mandated and everything like that, where people were actually getting fines and
yeah,
more people signed up for it because they're like, I don't want to pay these shitty ass fines. I'd rather pay the premiums throughout the
yeah,
year.
yeah. It's just a
What
whole
the
big
part of the
fucked up
problem
mess.
with us here is the fact that because of those people who have now got Obamacare,
Hmm.
doctors' offices that were used to regular patient loads are getting bogged down. And I
Yeah.
could tell you from 3 years ago when I first got here and got my doctor, I could call and get an appointment 2 weeks later. Now I
I
call
know
and
my
I still
I can get an appointment the next day.
I can't. Not here where I'm at
Yeah.
right now.
Tons of patients.
I called
Of course, you got to sit in the waiting room
and
for like an hour before you get called back, and then you're back there for an hour and a half.
I literally called after I left an appointment to make my follow-up appointment. That was supposed to be 3 months out.
They
This
give
was
us an
this was
appointment when we
this
leave.
was 2 months ago.
I just call them and like next day, day after, I get appointment.
It doesn't work like that
I've been
here.
going there for years.
2 months ago, I needed to have a 3 month follow-up. So I called right after I had left my appointment because I had forgotten to check out and make my appointment. So I called back. The closest appointment was January. I said, I'm moving before then. I would like to see my doctor before then. So they put me in October finally. However, he said he wanted to see me right before I left to make sure that I had all the medications I need. I said, okay, well, I'm leaving November 15th. That's my last day in this town. So we went out to his calendar. The first available opening without him just making room or canceling somebody was set all the way out until February. There's just not enough doctors to patients. Then there's also the incidence of the people who have Obamacare now, but still don't want to have to wait for an appointment or don't understand. You could call your primary care physician and it'd be a lot cheaper. So they just go to the ER when they have the sniffles. So then the ER gets bogged down.
Oh, it's 8 hours at the ER no matter what around here.
Yeah.
You can go in for a hangnail that they can just take the clippers and clip off, and it still takes 8 hours in the ER here. But they have like
Yeah.
tons of urgent cares going up all the time now.
And that's the funny thing is around my area now they have an urgent care that literally all they do is fix scrapes. Like if you fall and scrape your knee, they'll clean it out for you.
Well,
I
urgent
went to an
care,
urgent
that's what they're supposed to be for. That's what urgent care is for little stuff. You know, if you have a cold, you need
Okay, the
antibiotics, stuff
urgent
like that.
yes, but the urgent care that I'm used to down in Virginia, when I was down in Virginia, an urgent care was actually my primary care physician because through my job the way it worked. However, it was patient first is what it was. They handled everything. They did chest x-rays, they did,
Yeah, the ones here do all that.
tests, stuff like that. No. When I say that all they handle is scrapes and lumps and bumps, that's all they handle. They don't do x-rays. They'll just clean up the wound. That's all they'll do.
What the
I
fuck?
I went
That's
to an
true,
urgent
Stephanie.
care. I
They
went to an
are
urgent care
for
with a.
emergencies, but people use them for primary care doctors.
They really do. And the thing is like I went to an urgent care with a dog bite because I had a huge dog bite on my hand, and I know for a fact that the one finger needed stitches, and probably needed to be X-rayed because I still have a lump that's out of place in that finger, and
Oh,
that finger's a little crooked the way that it rehealed. But
cocksuckers.
whatever. I went to the urgent care, showed them my hand, and the doctor came in, cleaned it up, said, I don't think you need stitches. I mean, it is kind of deep, and I could see your bone and all, but
Oh my god.
what if I just glue it?
Oh, gluing is good. Gluing is good. I know it sounds ridiculous, but gluing is good.
Gluing
Yeah.
is not good when you have a dog bite because it can fester a wound. If there was any type of infection underneath of there, there was no
Oh,
way
okay,
for
yeah.
it to drain. Whereas stitches, there is still that little bit of an opening for it to drain.
True.
Yeah.
Therefore,
But you can't use
stitches would have
glue
been
to
the
seal a
smarter
wound.
option.
Did they give you antibiotics?
Nope.
Oh, well, they should. If they're gonna do glue, they gotta give you antibiotics.
They didn't do anything but wanted to glue my hand together and all that other stuff. I said, how about you just smack a Band-Aid on there since it's still not done bleeding, and I'm going to take my happy ass to the ER. So that's what I did, and the ER put stitches in it and gave me antibiotics.
Oh,
But yeah,
my
the
god.
urgent cares
I
around
might be
here are
able
the
to test
worst.
this bitch today. I want to test my microphone. The computer finally turned on.
Well, even if you go to urgent care, you still have to wait. That's the worst part about going to an ER is sitting and waiting for 3 or 4 hours just to get called back. And then waiting for 3 or 4 hours while you're back there.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Shannon.
Oh my god, what the fuck? I want to test this microphone.
But I was going to say, I actually have to get going because I have to get up early because I do have a cardiology appointment tomorrow.
I'm tired too.
Damn
I'm ready for
it!
some sleep.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay, I'll record myself, I guess.
So,
What?
I want to test my microphone.
We can always test it tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. I'm so impatient.
you should have turned it on tonight.
Oh, trust me, I've been trying.
She's trying.
Oh.
It's because it's like a real microphone. It's like an XLR microphone, so it has to go through like a preamp. So it has to go on my computer through the preamp, and I've been trying to get the computer to fucking go on all night, and it's just been taking a sweet ass time. And it's finally on now. And it's
I don't know if everybody is leaving, Shannon. I just know I'm leaving. Unless you're leaving too.
We're all gonna go because
Shannon, now I want fucking
tomorrow's Monday,
damn
so
it.
it's hectic.
No,
Right?
So let's see y'all tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's giveaway night.
Oh yeah,
yes,
right. I
come
forgot
in.
about that.
Night
Tomorrow
Shannon,
is
night
giveaway.
Stephanie, night everybody that's here. Night Link and
Good night, good night, good night. It was fun talking to you all.
Bye, y'all.
Good night.
Same time, same place.